let's learn about video marketing. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, we are in an era where video is what it's all about. Hello, can we say GoToMeeting, Zoom, Google Meet, video conferencing? Hello, like here we are. And it was COVID. We don't really like COVID, but COVID brought out some good. In every bad situation, there's good. And the good is that you and I can party together and we don't have to physically be in the same space. Denise can drive her car around and still be attached. Renee and I can be like 17 feet apart with a door between us, but we look like we're in separate places. Hey. And Karen can virtually be here in Monterey with us, as you all. So everyone's on a vacation to Monterey. Welcome. It's a little overcast today, but whatever. The ocean's still out there. So video is really, really important. Okay, let's go through some of the history of video, right? When we first started getting social media going, and I'm talking like before Facebook, before Twitter, even before MySpace. Remember, we had forums like AOL. Do you remember the forums? Are we old enough to remember that we had like text only forums? There was no video, right? Right? And then things evolved. Then we had MySpace. Remember when MySpace was the shit? Like it was the place where I used MySpace back in 2007. It was the premier social media platform where I could promote my music. Aha. It's where a lot of people who were in the film industry were looking for musicians to get original music, because when you're having to use licensed music that's already really popular, that's expensive. But when you get unknowns like me who are trying to get their music heard, it's a lot more affordable, right? So then, let's look at the evolution some more. The iPhone with its camera. It's so easy to do this, right? And then of course, I remember when the 10, this is a 10. I remember when the 10 was like the thing, right? Now the 12's coming out and it's all purple, or is it the 13? I can't even keep track anymore, but I know I need to upgrade soon, right? Let's hope that the global semiconductor chip shortage does not prevent Renee and I from upgrading our software, our hardware, so we can keep doing it. I don't, Denise, you totally hearing me, right? You're just like, yeah, yeah. So the point being is that we've evolved, and now here we are, video. Like we thought we were going to have video telephone calls, but look at what it really is. Like we thought we were going to have the Dick Tracy watches. Remember those? But now look at it. It's you know what I'm saying? Like it's almost even better than what we imagined. Now all I'm waiting for is for us to appear on the holodeck of Star Wars and transport myself to where you are, Latasha, to where you are, Micaiah. like let's go have a drink and teleport ourselves. Right. Anyway, going back to this evolution of social media marketing, when Facebook, like Twitter was the thing, right? And it only had 180 characters at the time. Now it's like 360 characters. But like, a picture, if you wanted to add a picture, not a movie, a picture to Twitter, it was taking up a lot of bandwidth. So you had to even have a shorter message just to get that picture in there, right? And then, bandwidth has evolved. We've got more bandwidth. The computers are more able to sustain, all the stuff that's going on. Like there's, oh gosh, I'm looking through here. Renee remembers GeoCities. Oh my gosh, Renee, that is so true. GeoCities before Google Maps. Oh my gosh, how many of us, MapQuest, how many of us had to print out like the reams of paper, right? These kids, oh my God, these kids have it so good. They have it so good. But that is why Gen X, baby. Yeah, baby, we got this. I know, not everyone's Gen X, but Karen, I'm making you a Gen X. I don't really think you're a baby boomer. You're too young at heart to be a baby boomer. Oh, Thomas guides. Yes. Oh my God. When I moved out to California and I had to figure out Thomas guides, That was so intimidating because in Florida, you have one map. Like there aren't the, the metropolitan areas are not so dense like the San Francisco Bay Area that you need a Thomas guide. When I was like, what do you mean I have to look in a grid and I have to look at a bigger map? Just like it was so confusing. But hey, you know what? I'm all the better for figuring out Thomas guides. So the deal is that things have evolved. It went from text and then you could have a picture, and having a picture was more captivating than just text. Yes, do you remember that? Right? And then things got bigger and better and we could go video, right? Now, as you are scrolling through Facebook, right? If you're scrolling through Facebook, here's my Facebook. Come on, Facebook, open up. I look through here, and what captures my attention the most? Well, pictures always do a good job. Oh, it's taking me a while. But anyway, as you're scrolling through, what catches your eyes? Movement, right? It's video, right?
Always video.
Always video.
Oh,
Video always outperforms. Exactly. I mean, Renee and I, for those of you who do not know, when it's not COVID, Renee and I teach West Coast swing dancing. And if you go onto my Facebook page, or especially Renee's Facebook page, Renee, you don't have your last name in there. Renee Arreola, Arreola. Renee Arreola. If you want to stalk us, you get to see us dancing in our garage. Yay! That's what we do. But like, guess what? Our friends and dance, especially our dance community, but also too like non-dancers who want to be dancers, or like they just love that Renee and I are posting videos of us dancing in our garage, like because we're actually skilled, like we kind of know what we're doing. So like we're not like champion level, but you know we can pay our way on a vacation by teaching dance, right? So we're good enough, right? So what's really fun is our dance videos actually have quite the following, right? Because it's like, oh, this is something different. And we're not even talking. We're just letting the music and our bodies do the talking, right? We're having some fun. So where I'm going with this history is I want to take you into the present. The present is video is so important. It's how I feel connected with you. Denise, I love you. I love that shirt. I just want to like pet you and I just want to kiss you and hug you because I miss people so much, right? Karen has become a really good friend in a short matter of time because like I'm seeing her on Toastmasters all the time. I'm like I'm socializing, like we do like girl power social hour. This girl shows up for everything. I love it. Like she's like becoming a BFF.
hey
Oh,
Jennifer, I just got fully vaccinated 2 weeks after, right? And I happen to have like three friends come over that I hadn't seen in quite a while, and I swear we hugged for 5 minutes because it's been,
yeah.
18 months, right? And that is so powerful.
So true, so true. We have some friends that are in our dance community. We've all been like sheltered. I hugged Marcy, I think longer than normal. Like I don't, what I'm worried about is my awkwardness, right? Like when I go out to dinner with people, like we go to restaurants now and the conversation's like awkward now because like I'm rusty and like my hugs are really long. Like someone's gonna be like, Jennifer molested me because she hugged me for like too long. Like we're gonna have time limits on hugs. Anyway, so I typed Renee's last name in there, Renee Ariella. Go stalk him. He's a really talented artist. And guess what? We're actually going to have him speak. He's like thrown into the deep end with me because he's been creating a lot of really great video content of his art, and he does the process in like sped up video. And then he discovered something really cool about YouTube this morning, and we'll let him talk about that in a moment. But let's go through video stuff first. So here's how today is going to work. We're going to talk about the 5 different steps to use video marketing, and then we're going to talk about what Renee's been doing for Rockstar Marketing, but then also too for himself. And by the way, like, have you guys noticed this is none of this stuff is a sales pitch. This is just like, this is what we do and we have so much fun. Like if you guys want to work with us, great. But if you don't, I don't care. I just love to share information. So like I never want anyone to come to my summits feeling pressured, right? Okay. So I'm going to share my screen here and I want to talk about the 5 steps to get your message out quickly with video. Can you all see my screen okay? Yes? Okay, good. See a thumbs up. All right. So I have this hour-and-a-half long presentation that I'm not going to do. We're going to go through the fast stuff, okay? And this is recorded. So there are 5 easy steps to make videos for yourself, your personal brand, or for your business, okay? So first off, figure out what you want to say. Then we've got some tips on how to shoot your video. There's some do's and don'ts. Then there's a formula: create educational, entertaining, and engaging videos. And then number 4, give your audience something of value that they can use right away. For example, we're doing this virtual Rockstar Summit, right? I love to provide value and knowledge and wisdom and love. And I do that through what we're doing here. So what can you do in your videos that are providing value? Oh, yay, more people are here. Yay, welcome. And then also too, 5th thing, decide on your call to action. You know, you've got them so excited. Like now that they've seen your video, they're like, oh, I love you. Then you got to tell them what to do next. So you got to give them something to do, like, you know, text me or share your email with me so I can give you a free download, or, you know, there's all different kinds of stuff that you need to have for the next action item. So DJ's here, yay! DJ, just so you know, Angie could not make it. So we are taking my Saturday presentation, we're inserting it here. We're talking about video marketing today. And then that way everyone gets a Saturday off. Yay, I can go kayaking. So welcome, welcome.
I
Anyway,
got yard work to do on Saturday, but sorry I'm late. I was talking to a salesman about our shop management software, of changing it to something that makes every life so much easier. We're not doing 5 steps, we do 1 step. It really sounds great, but
oh my
he
gosh,
went far longer than he should have, and he was late.
oh, it's fine. You know what? I love you. And tell me who this is. Is it Shopware? Who is it?
We're actually looking at Tech Metric.
Oh, I've heard good stuff about them. Good for you. Making the system easier. Good for you. Well, today we're diving into video, honey. So hold on to your hat. We got some good stuff for you. Okay, let's talk about what to say in your videos. Okay, you guys saw Patrick Dolder, and we use the videos to get people to get all excited about the classic car restoration and their bread and butter and brakes and boats and all that stuff. Videos really convert, but a lot of people are like, Jen, what the hell do I say? Like, it's really tough, especially for people who are shy in front of the camera. So if you are shy in front of the camera and you feel like you stumble over your words, let me highly recommend Toastmasters. I've been doing Toastmasters for 4 years. Toastmasters is how I met Karen. She's an amazing speaker. Like when you want to, you know, stop being nervous about what to say, join Toastmasters. But if you don't want to join Toastmasters and you just need to get some videos out there, let's look at the different things that you could say. You can introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do? You can explain what specialties you have. Dan's got specialties, Karen's got specialties, Latasha's got specialties. We want to focus on what our superpowers are, right? So talk about what your superpowers are. And then what are you known for? Rockstar marketing. Well, we're called Rockstar Marketing because I'm a bona fide, certified, Grammy qualified rock star. How many marketing agencies can you know, claim that? Do they make any money off of my music? No, but I got the street cred to like make money for you, which is pretty cool. So it makes me special and unique, right? It's what I'm known for. So when I say, yeah, I'm a rock star, I really am. Right? Which is kind of fun. Like, how many people can really say that? So, and then also too, we have teams that work with us, right? We love our teams. So what can we share about the superpowers of our team? What makes them special and unique? What makes our business special and unique? Right? Renee's an artist. You know, artists are gosh, they're, you know, you throw a stone, you hit an artist nowadays because everyone's like using COVID to like, I think I'm going to explore myself, right? But like, there's different types of art forms. There's even within the comic book world of what Renee's doing, there's illustrators, there's inkers, there's, there's the storytellers, there's different styles of comic book art. You got your classic Superman stuff, you've got your more fantasy, and then there's the different types of mediums that you do. Are you doing it on paper with ink? Are you doing it on an iPad? Like, my God, there's like so much in art. So what are you known for? What makes you special and unique in your art? Like, are you really using bright colors? Are you doing stick figures? Like, there's like so much. Like, Karen, she's an engineer. She's like she's the bomb. She helped GE bring, nuclear power plants to the United States, and the safe ones. But the point is that like she was the lone female engineer. She has been, when she talks about what it's like to work in the workforce and how to get community-minded folks and individual-minded folks working together in harmony, then she really knows what she's talking about. Because so we all have our superpower, right? Y'all hearing me on this? Yes. How are you involved in the community? What is your why? There is so much to talk about. So when you're like, Jen, I don't know what to talk about, do a screenshot right now of this slide right here, and just like, here is your, like, what, how many things do I have? I got 8 things for you to talk about. Do a screenshot. Okay, and in 3, 2, 1, I am going to the next slide, but do a screenshot real quick. Okay, great, perfect. Step 2. Okay, learn how to shoot your video with some quality. Now, as we are learning videos, no one's expecting you to be polished, but we have been doing video marketing for several years now, and the homegrown stuff is less appealing than the polished stuff, right? Like, Renee and I are doing, the videos for our clients, but they send us raw footage, and then Renee puts a spin on it because since he's a graphic designer, an artist, website genius, he makes things look really good, right? So how can you polish up your diamond without having to do all the heavy lifting on the back end editing side? Because anyone can do editing, and we could teach a totally separate class on editing. Editing is like, oh my God, for every 1 minute of content that you're creating, that could easily be 10 hours of editing. I see there's a question. Is there a teleprompter app for iPad? Yes, there is. And I had it. If you Google it in the app store for your phone, right, and for your iPad, I can't remember what it was. Gosh, everyone's calling me. Why are they calling me while I'm doing a presentation? But yes, there is a teleprompter app. So if you're not feeling comfortable remembering what it is that you're going to say, the teleprompter, I know I'm looking at my desktop here, but ultimately think about it. You're looking at the camera of your phone, right? And the teleprompter's words are right underneath it. So you still look like you're looking at the camera, but you're really reading it. So it's like it's right there. So it's a cool tool if you're not feeling comfortable speaking from memory, right? But here are some things on how to shoot your video, right? Lighting tips, audio tips, tripod tips. Okay, lighting, have good lighting. I've got 2 big old lights up here. Yeah, at times I get annoyed that the reflection of the light is on my glasses, but in order to see you, I need my glasses. So I think people forgive us when we have reflections off of our glasses, right? Audio tips, make sure that you're in a quiet environment. If you are in a quiet environment and you have good sound, great. If you want to use your blue speaker, or if you want to plug in with your various versions of earphones and microphones, then please do. If you're out there moving around, it's really helpful when you've got a tripod or some kind of stabilizer that helps smooth out your movement, because otherwise it's all jumbly, right? And that's not fun to watch. Not at all. Not unless you want to get, feeling bad. And then best angles for your face and body. Like my desktop, I've got the camera set up. It comes about here to me. So I look like I'm looking up, because quite frankly, nobody wants to see this. Nobody wants to see this. And every time I pick up my phone and I'm sitting down and I've got it down here. Oh my God, the turkey jowl, right? It's not fun. Okay, minimize your ahs and ums. To curse or not to curse. Guess what? Here's my dirty little secret. I love to curse. I have to clean it up a lot, but there's something that feels good about cursing, so I do. And that is my brand. But if your brand is not to curse, then please don't curse. But that's a decision that you make. Gary Vaynerchuk, he's famous for his cursing, and it's kind of fun. Consider practicing your speeches beforehand. Consider using a teleprompter if your message is long. How long should the video be? It really depends. Are you teaching something and you need a longer format? Then do. But remember, most TED Talks are done in under 18 minutes. If you can do what you need to do, providing your TED Talk equivalent in under 18 minutes, you are in good shape. And you can use your phone to edit. There's a lot of different programs. We won't get into the editing because that is its own course. I did create a course on editing, and I used 5 different softwares to do that. So if you guys are interested in that, we can do that in another summit, but not right now. Step 3. By the way, I should look at the chat. Is everybody good? Do we have any questions? Are we good? Yeah, I don't see any questions. Everyone's just like, yeah. Okay, gotcha. All right. So here's the formula that we like to follow here at Rockstar Marketing, but we also tell our clients to do. DJ, you definitely can do this for your shop. Latasha, I know you can do this. Denise, like everyone here can create a video that is educational. You can create a video that is entertaining, and you can create a video that is engaging. Okay, so I'm going to use auto repair because I know it so well. I'm gonna share some ideas. What videos can you make that are educational? Well, how to jumpstart a car would be a really good thing when the battery's dead. Wouldn't everyone like to know how to jumpstart a car? I mean, how many of us have had to change a tire or jumpstart a car, or there's something going on where we went onto Google from our phones and did a tutorial so we could figure out how to do it. I even do it for cooking, folks, because I'm a horrible cook. I'm a horrible cook. I have to learn how to do certain cooking methods because I have no idea, right? But yeah, some people have no idea how to jumpstart their car. They don't even have cables. And for me, okay, I've seen it multiple times. I've done it multiple times, but because it's so infrequent, I don't remember, okay, which one goes on which one? Because I don't want to blow myself up, right? So if Dan can make an educational video on how to jumpstart a car, how to drive stick shift. How many people even know how to drive stick shift anymore? I do. I love it. I taught Renee how to drive stick shift. You guys should have been seeing him. He's really good at driving stick shift now, but when he was learning, it was really cute. We were doing this a lot in the car. Okay, how do you make videos that are entertaining? Do you have a fun story to share? Do you have a little skit that you want to work out? Skits are becoming extremely popular. Can you make an entertaining skit about your business or your brand that would entertain people, make them laugh, but yet, make them think and like, wow, Latasha's got a great sense of humor. I just love her. I have to do business with her, right? Like, what can you do that's entertaining? But telling stories is awesome. If you can make people laugh, if you can make people think, they like to be entertained. So why not make an entertaining video about what you do? So maybe if you don't do it offensively, maybe you can talk about some of the crazy customers that you have. You never know. And then what videos can you make that are engaging? Ask a question like, hey, today I was walking down the street and I saw a family of deer. I love spring because I get a chance to see all the different wildlife out here. What kind of animals are you seeing in your area of the country? Here in Monterey, we've got, deer, we've got raccoons, we've got seagulls, we've got sea lions and sea otters and harbor seals down 7 blocks away from us. We've got the neighborhood cats and all the dogs. The dogs scare some of the deer, especially when the fawns are around. So what kind of animals do you guys have? Do you have hummingbirds? Do you have eagles? What do you have? There's this whole discussion. You can have this engaging thing, or, I could walk along the beach and I can look at some of the kelp that is washed up on the beach. It's like, hey, this is bull kelp and this is feather boa kelp. And check this out. Do you have different kinds of kelp in your, I can come up with crap, but killer squirrels. Oh my gosh. Do you have killer squirrels, Karen? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know, right? I got bit by a ground squirrel because I was stupid. I just kind of held out my finger, and it thought that my finger was a chew toy, and I learned not to do that anymore. That was, and they dig up all your plants. Yeah, yeah, that happens. That's why my cat likes to go hunting for them. Okay, step 4. So here's some of the do's and don'ts on shooting video. Okay, do share knowledge. Don't waste people's time. Provide value. Don't waste people's time. Sometimes I'll be scrolling through something, and sometimes people will just take too long to get to the point, and I'm moving on, because like, just get to it, please, and then oh really, and then engage me, right? Don't like have a build up of 5 minutes wasting my time. Like, am I alone in this? I want to see y'all's faces. Am I alone in this, like wasting time? Yeah, please don't. Time is so precious, right? Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Okay, back to the screen share. I just love to see you guys occasionally. All right. Do share a downloadable checklist. Don't try to oversell them. In fact, this reminds me, help me remember at the very end, I'm going to share with you my must-have checklist for video marketing, which I give for free. So I'll share that in the chat. Yeah, Karen, you got a question?
Do you share it in the video message, or do you share it as a go to my website and get mechanics there? I think there's some secrets in.
Yes. So you can talk about your downloadable checklist in your video, and then you can say, hey, go to my website, sign up for the discovery session, and not only can you talk with me, but I'll make sure to send you, or fill out this thing, and then you'll get if you're working with Vanya, you'll get an automated downloadable video checklist. So you can, like that kind of thing. So it's the giving to get. But the whole thing is, don't try to sell them on something. Just like, here, I'm sharing information. I love you. Let me share information. And then share an invitation to a future event. Like, hey, our next summit, our next virtual Rockstar Summit will be in August, and Karen's going to be speaking about equity in the workforce. And don't be vague about the event details. Now, right now, I have to be vague because we don't have our dates for August completely confirmed, but it's August, so mark your calendar, right? And then I'll provide details later. So do be clear about what's going on. Make sure that if they have to show up in person, give them the address, give them the dates, give them the times, give them it's the who, what's, where, when's, and how's. If you're having a potluck, you got to tell them what you need them to bring, right? Be clear on what it is that's going. If you can, do make them laugh in your video. Please don't talk politics, though. That's just not good, because not that we don't value your opinion. It's just that if you say something that could alienate your ideal clients, not smart. Just don't go there. Talk about the weather, right? Talk about something nice. Bring love into the world, but don't get all caught up in stuff that we shouldn't, that aggravates people. That's just not good. And then do give them a promo code for a discount, right? Like if this was a charged event, this virtual summit, I'd say, hey, if you want to save X amount of money on this, use this promo code, but don't do this unless everyone on your team knows about the discount. Because God forbid, like, let's just say Dan, for example. What if Dan said, oh, we're going to do free brake repairs for the rest of May to celebrate Memorial Day weekend? But if he doesn't tell his team that they're giving away free brake repairs, then that's like going to be a mess, right? So make sure that when you do an offer, you're offering some kind of discount, some kind of freebie, something, whatever. Make sure your entire team is understanding of what's happening. That way, when the clients who saw the video come in going, I'm here to get my free brake repair, everyone knows, oh, okay, right? And then also, most importantly, be authentic. Don't worry about being perfect or polished. Don't worry about it, because people are going to love you. In fact, they love you even more when you are your true self, right? Let your freak flag fly, because you're going to find your tribe just being you, right? Okay, and then the thing is you got to have some kind of call to action at the end of it, right? Even if you're not promoting or selling anything, you could say, hey, if you liked this video, subscribe to my channel. You know, if I resonated with you, call me, text me, reach out to me. Like, what are the next steps? Because they spent time with you on your video, right? Now you got to tell them what to do next. Because if you don't give some kind of call to action, well, they're not going to do anything. You have to tell them what to do next. So you can ask them to donate to a charity if that is something that you're doing. You can challenge them to do something. Hey, everybody, I challenge you to create a TikTok video where you're dancing, you know, or something like that. Or I challenge you to pay it forward and do a good deed for somebody today. Like today, I'm going to go and give someone that I don't even know a free cup of coffee. I challenge you to do something nice for somebody, right? Now that I said that, Renee, guess what? I need to go out to the boys and I need to buy somebody a cup of coffee. I am a woman of my word. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something. And Renee is going to report to you all if I did it today. Okay, invite them to send you an email so you can get their email for your database. Ask them to text you, ask them to call you, make that connection and make them an offer they can't refuse, right? Like, if you guys all know offers that make you excited, right? What can you do, right? What can you do? Here's an offer that they can't refuse. How would you like me to mentor you for like a half hour? If you want me to mentor you for a half hour, give me a call. Let's schedule an appointment and let's have some fun. How can I be of assistance? Like, how can you say no to that? You got your marketing genius right here helping you out, right? That's true. Just I'm not using it just as an example. You want some help? Call me. Like, you know what I mean? 408-833-9868. That's my cell. Okay, so that is my portion of it. Now, what I want to do next is I want to have my wonderful husband join me on this because I'm the creative. I do all the words, right? You guys see me out here doing my thing, but Renee is my superhero. Let me tell you how much I love my husband. He dances with me. By the way, for those of you who don't know, we met in dance class, back in 2007, Renee, when I first moved here to Monterey. And this guy dances. So of course, you know, I was intrigued. He's tall, dark, and handsome. You know, he dances. He had a steady job. That was important back in the recession. Right? This guy's marriage material. But no, Renee is extremely talented. He's a graphic designer. He has 20 plus years of commercial printing background. So Renee, do you want to kind of give them a little bit of history about you? And then also to tell them what you discovered this morning with YouTube and how it relates to TikTok and video marketing, please.
Well, to just talk about the dancing part, I was just learning how to dance when we met. So little background there. But moving into what I did, or what I did before this, I was in commercial printing for over 20 years. So I learned quite a bit in terms of the craft and the business of printing. I was a graphic designer and what's called a pre-press technician, which just means I run the graphics department. But then after that, we moved into the digital space just before the pandemic, well before a year before COVID came on. I was already working from home doing digital work with Jen, and also doing my artwork and pursuing that other avenue of my interest, but also as a career. So I knew even before then, while I was in print, that online marketing, video, that was already happening. It wasn't even on the horizon. It was already taking place, and it was always something to be aware of whenever we were doing something for print. We were a print company, but we worked a lot of times with marketing firms who had their own clients to serve. And there was always, well, I wouldn't say always, but there was always something to be considered in terms of like the print with the radio or the print advertising in a newspaper or magazine, and then online. So even then I could see how there was these parallels with everything that was going on with regards to basically advertising and promoting your business or yourself. So when I moved to Rockstar Marketing, I had to learn a lot more. So that entailed me learning a lot about video, and then video editing, and then getting it into the software, and then learning different techniques, and just also understanding the language within how video works and moves, because as a graphic designer, we're all trying to communicate on the behalf of a client or trying to serve the client. And so moving into video with digital marketing, of course, we get into learning how to film ourselves, going into digital advertising, and just kind of becoming more immersed in that environment, in that space, right, of internet video creation. So what I learned recently is that YouTube, if you're not familiar with TikTok, is trying to go head to head with TikTok.
Does
So
everyone,
TikTok is another app.
have we seen TikTok? Yes, we're familiar with TikTok. Yeah, I spend hours
Yeah,
on TikTok. It sucks my time. It's replaced television. Anyway, yeah, right.
for sure, definitely. And I know that like with TikTok, all of these apps are available on our phone, and YouTube has been around a lot longer than TikTok. So when something bright and shiny new comes along, it kind of disrupts, the status quo. So YouTube is now having to kind of pivot or offer something similar to compete with TikTok. And what I discovered was that TikTok, or rather YouTube, has started something called YouTube Shorts. So what it is a very similar looking format to TikTok. It's vertical. You can upload a video, you can shoot your own video, you can add text, you can put things together on your phone. And what YouTube wants to do basically is pump some money into this avenue so that they can attract and encourage people to start using YouTube Shorts. And I discovered this on my LinkedIn feed. If you have a LinkedIn feed, it's important to check that out because there's a lot of creative things that I'm into with regards to my art. But when it comes to business, LinkedIn will have things that are off my radar, and I use it to help kind of keep me abreast of what's going on right on the business end of things. And YouTube is basically pumping in like $100 million over the next year to attract creators. So basically, anyone who's uploading media to YouTube Shorts is kind of eligible for receiving some kind of compensation. They're not guaranteeing everyone's going to be getting something, obviously, but it's another avenue. And the reason why it caught my attention is because in the last 2 or 3 years that I've been working to build up my own video library, creating different pieces of content, trying to grow organically, is not easy. So I've done everything from posting every day to running some paid advertisements on Facebook, and all of those are valid. But with YouTube, I noticed that when I uploaded just 2 videos, like literally yesterday and one this morning, like the one from yesterday got like over 800 views in like less than 12 hours. And then the one from this morning is already up to like 500 views. So it's clear that they're really pumping these out. And the thing that I like about it is that because I've been building a library of content, I have content that I can upload. So number one, always be creating content and always realize that we can repurpose that content for the next hot app that comes along. And it's definitely, if you're like myself, a sole proprietor, I'm handling it. I'm handling it all right now. So I'm looking at apps. I'm learning how to edit. I'm learning how to upload. I'm learning to discover what the trends are. But then also, once I discover and I find something, I have that content and I'm able to upload it. So it's exciting, number one, because one of the things that I'm very well aware of is that everyone's here for a business, for business purposes to try and grow your business. But here's the funny thing: when I think of advertising, at least in trying to put my brand out there, I advertise for growth, not necessarily the transaction, which is kind of what Jen was talking about earlier, right? I mean, the transactions will come if what I have or what we have brings value. And the more I focus on the growth, I can put out content that I'm happy with, that will attract people that will want to work with me or have, want to take up what I have to offer in terms of my art or graphic design skills. And then I'm much more drilled down when I have that person inquire. Because granted, I may get 5, 10, 20,000 people or views that I reach, but for every 20 or 10,000, I might get 1 or 2 people who are really interested. And so that's why I'm aware that it takes a monthly consistency, a budget of creating content and then putting it out there and constantly putting it out there. And then here's the other thing that's really big when it comes to not just video marketing but online, is that we also have the ability to change up what we're putting in a way that's not easily done in print or radio or TV, because we're totally in charge of all our media channels, right? Like you can have a great idea this morning, upload it, and then at 5 o'clock you're like, wait a minute, I just thought of something else. I can upload that right away. So we have the ability to test different things, which is really what it comes down to, because there's so much online that people get distracted quickly, right? Like we can just really scroll through things. So testing, experimenting, seeing what catches people's attention, what makes them want to engage with you, like Jen was saying, is very important. And when you are, making your videos, it's true, like don't worry too much about polish. Just think about your message, think about who you're trying to contact, and just focus on that. Like if our goal is not necessarily to try and like snag or hook people, then that's a great thing. Then we don't need to change anything in our marketing, because we're more concerned with like putting out great content, offering value. As an artist, I realize my value is being able to maybe have someone scrolling through their feed, see my work, and just like it. Like I don't expect anything more than that, because if I try to be anything more than that, I might come off as like trying to kind of swindle them or try to get them to follow me, which I want, but I don't want to be too reachy or grabby for anything like that, right? My goal is to advertise for growth and then provide value on top of all that. So I love making videos. If you can't do it, you might want to find someone who would be able to take your raw content. We do that all the time here at Rockstar Marketing. But you're definitely going to have those people who at least know how to operate this, and this is a bare minimum of what you need. I mean, this is my iPhone. I think it's a 10 or something, and it works great for what I need to do. And nothing's faster. Nothing is faster than that, than your mobile phone, and everyone's got one, right? So become familiar with that. Just shooting, like Jen says, you can shoot different things, right? You can talk about, if you're like the auto repair, you can film things in the shop, maybe a customer testimonial, and then maybe you're talking about a project you're working on. If you're a writer, like writer, as an artist myself, I'm visual. What I have to show as a writer, you have things people you would like for them to read, but like if they can see me talking about what I'm doing, that separates me, or that at least puts me at the forefront, and they can remember me maybe a little bit more, right? So I think it's important to at least acknowledge that video is here to stay, and it's even changing. I just got an email right before this meeting from Facebook. I'm gonna try and pull this up. I'll just read it to you, but I'm gonna sign up for this. And that's the thing; things are constantly changing. So there's a webinar coming up by Facebook called Master Your Marketing. And yeah, the marketers have to. We're constantly having to get information ourselves. So the title of this seminar is How Brands Can Win Across the Evolving Video Ecosystem.
Ooh, we have to attend that.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on. Like it's great that we can create videos, but just constantly being on top of these things, paying attention to the trends, or at least having someone who can monitor it for you. So like this webinar is going to provide a lot of value, I'm sure, because yeah, things are changing in terms of like how video is consumed, who is your customer avatar, what are they doing, and it's just helpful to understand, that with being able to do this, the strategies behind how the trends are changing are important.
And Renee brings up a great point. Oh my gosh, it's like getting on a bucking bronco at a rodeo, right? Like holding on to social media and like keeping up with what is going on. It's just all this stuff. Like, for example, Clubhouse. You guys familiar with Clubhouse? Have you heard about it? Okay, it's like promoted as like this virtual party, right? That it's all phone, or it's all audio. Well, I gotta confess, okay, I checked it out. I thought it was really cool. I met some amazing people. But for me personally, since I can't see them, I'm not on there. I want to see stuff, right? I really am attracted to the video. I mean, there's a reason why television has been around and captivated us for so long, right? Is the reason why movies are not like done. In fact, I'll bet you movie theaters, when we're all allowed to, we're all going to be like packing into the theaters because I miss popcorn. but yeah, like people like to have their, because it's all the senses, right? It's visual, it's audio, and depending on who you're with, it's kinesthetic, right? But audio is great, but I don't want to just hear audio. Like, I don't know. There's something about video that's just super, super important. So let's talk a little bit. I want you guys to remove yourselves off of your mute. I want to know what video you're going to commit to making. And if you're up for this challenge, look at me doing my call to action. I want to challenge you to do a video, and I want to make sure, what are you going to talk about? And are you going to tag me on it so I can see it when you're done? So let's start with Denise. What are you going to make a video about? And are you going to tag me on it, and when?
Well, I have to give a shout out to Tasha because it was her that told me about this wave of you guys that I can kind of get on and ride the wave with you today. But so thanks, Tasha. I
Yay,
love you. Love you. I think it's funny you called me first, and it's actually funny that I actually have something I'm gonna do. So when I was teaching my autistic kids during the COVID, and I would do, when we went to online, I did something called a walk with Miss D. Now, because it was kids, and I'm really like, I'm shy, this internet thing is really this like video ecosystem that you mentioned. I mean, I don't want to have my stuff out there without seeing the reaction. So it's really something for me. But with the kids, I knew it was going to like 7 kids. So I did a walk with Miss D in the park, and I talked, it was like they were kindergarten through seconds. I'd be like, look at the leaf, look at this. But with the things that I'm kind of doing, I'll do a walk with Denise instead of the walk with Miss D. And I'll talk about maybe prayer or something like that to invite grown folks into what I'm trying to do, itching up to sort of my brand. So I think I'll just do that walk with Miss D and walk with
Oh,
Denise because we're grown up now. But but I might just do
I'll go for a walk with you. You can show me all the plants. I'm good.
maybe it should just be a fun thing, but maybe I'll talk a little bit more about like a little bit deeper topics like about, growth and, whatever, spiritual
Oh,
things.
I love it. Who would love to see her video? Yes? I mean, right? Cute? Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
Denise, I have found, and now walking the neighborhood, right, just for a break or when I'm stressed out or, when I can't stand my children anymore. There are people that have all these like painted rocks and, there's one garden in our house that's like this fairy garden. I mean, it's like 9 feet long and it's got all these intricate little, and
Yeah,
boy, if you could come to this neighborhood and do a video, you would have the kids in the palms of your hands.
that's true. Yeah.
I was like, I want to get down and play here. And of course, my kids look at me and go, oh, mom.
Yeah, an artist appreciates that when you stop and take a look. I met this artist one time, and he was like, "You bent down and touched the sand," and I didn't have the heart to tell you that cats were peeing all over it, but you were touching the sand, but because I wanted to feel it in my hand. But that would be kind of a cool thing.
I love it. That's so cool. Karen, you reminded me, somebody painted a rock and then they put it on top of one of our rocks. What's so perfect is I don't know who painted this rock. And I don't know if they even know who we are, but like we're 2 creatives living in this little duplex. And the rock says creative. And I was like, it's meant to be
Oh,
here. And yeah, we also have on Pacific Grove on Ocean View Boulevard. You guys come out and visit us. Renee and I will take you there. There is a tree that has this little like nook inside of it, and they've got like a bunch of the little tiny figurines. So yes, the fairy garden is living inside the tree, and everyone takes pictures.
wow.
Isn't that cute? So yes, Denise, you are on a tear with that one. I love it. Karen, tell us what you're going to do. We got 4 minutes. So tell us what you're going to video and are you going to tag us on it so we can see it?
No, I think you should make DJ talk. Oh, but I think he's talking on the phone. Okay. We're just talking bad about you now, dude.
I know it.
I'm gonna, I have been so paranoid about doing a video.
Why?
And I'm different, right? When I see a talking head on LinkedIn, I scroll right by it. Right. But if it's a different kind of video and it starts a little different and I get sucked in, like I know a coach and he was great. He lived here. He moved to Hawaii and he started taking walks in Hawaii and talking to people about, coaching and health. And while he's walking around, and of course you have this glued to it. So I got to figure out how to play into my own thing there. Do it. And I'm going to tag you on it. I may have you look at it before I post it.
Well, here's the deal, guys. I'm saying tag me on it because that way I can hold you accountable. But then also, too, guess who's going to share it? Guess who's going to help you make it?
I know Jennifer will.
Yeah. Dan, are you available to tell us what you're going to make a video of? No, he's still busy. Latasha, what about you, sweetheart? What are you going to make a video of? And are you going to tag me on it?
Well, I actually, I'm kind of like Denise. I have a video I need to do actually tomorrow, and it's for an organization. I do it once a month, and it's just like tips on money saving tips and how to work with your money. And so yeah, it's something new that we've been doing, and so I've really been nervous about it. So thank you for these tips today. It's perfect timing.
Right? I caught you before the weekend. So everyone gets their
Yeah,
Saturday off and you get to go do your videos sooner. Yay!
right.
Micaiah, what do you got, honey? You want to share with us what kind of video you're going to make?
Yeah, I'm actually also working on an upcoming project to release like a short commercial introducing like a first line of products. So this is super helpful in trying to come up with like a short video that would be helpful, because it has been something that's been like stressed out about. So yeah, this was really helpful. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so happy. Yay. It's so true. Remember when we had to create our voicemails? Like, have you ever like done your
Oh
voicemail
God, 1,000 times.
5 times? Right. Same thing with video. Just keep doing it. And I promise you, I want you all to do this challenge. Keep your earlier videos, even the ones you hate. And then after you've done like 50 of them, I want you to look back. I want you to compare the first one. I want you to compare the last one after 50. You will see an evolution that will blow your mind. Yeah, it's just practice, 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 right? Oh my gosh, I love you guys. Okay, thank you for being here today. I'm so happy that my video marketing was helpful, right? Love you. How long should a video on LinkedIn be? It really all depends on what it is that you're trying to do. If you can get in and get out, make it short, fine, get your point across. Or if you're doing a TED talk, make it longer. People are forgiving. Just set their expectations and do what you do. Yeah, got it. Okay, my darlings, it's noon. I know everyone's got appointments. I love you. Let's come back tomorrow. We've got Marusha Murphy. Oh my gosh, she's going to show us how to build community on these social media channels. Partnering with Susie Carter. She is the bomb. Do not miss this. Yeah.
I didn't realize it was 2 o'clock already. So I was just talking.
All right. Love it. All right. Okay, have a beautiful day. See you guys
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.